I just don't want to scrape on rocks
Yep,
2 feet below the surface.
I don't blame you.
So we're changing route and we're going to go out into the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. It's going to be interesting. So we are on our way. Hopefully we can make it to Jacksonville today.
If all's well, that's our plan anyway.
How many miles do we know?
Over 100.
Over
and we've
100
only maxed out at like 110, so this might be even more than that. So we'll see.
Well, we're off to a good start.
And our tanks are full,
Our tanks are full.
so we're in good shape. If we don't make it that far, then we'll stop, take the night, and then head in the next day.
And speaking of Plan B, Jacksonville, I think, is going to be the home port of this boat.
I think so. I've got to go to work. You've got to go to work. And we don't want to leave Rob on the boat by himself.
I think that's a good plan. It was supposed to
Wait
be.
a minute.
I really wanted to get down to Panama City, but the cards aren't with us, so we'll just wait in Jacksonville. You can change your schedule. I like that there is no schedule, I should say. There is no times that we have to meet, so we can just kind of do what we want to do when we want to do it, and that's what I like so far.
Well, thanks again for inviting me on board. Hopefully we can make it to Jacksonville tonight, and even if we can't, we'll pick it back up tomorrow and we'll see what happens.
Cullen, we're lucky to have you on board.
Hey, go left.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so
I'll leave y'all to it. Rob, we're coming up on a inlet called Hell's Gate.
Okay. Hell's Gate. What a great name.
Yeah. It gets extremely shallow anywhere that isn't the cut channel. Have to stay directly in the middle of the channel, stay a little bit more to the left. So we're gonna put that green buoy on our left side and the red on our right. And just like that, we're through. Hell Gate, Rob, what'd you think?
That was it?
That was it? I know, scary name, but if you just follow the channel,
It was an
It's all good.
easy route. Good route.
would not want to do that in rough seas, but I'm glad that it was that easy this time around. After 11 days on board, it's so easy to just ignore all the beauty, all the novelty, all the just great things about being on this boat. It's so easy just to put our heads down and go. The big picture is pretty wild. We've been on this boat moving 11 days. We've burned hundreds and hundreds of gallons of fuel, covered hundreds of miles, and we're coming up to hopefully our destination. Things are coming to a close. 4 years ago, this was nothing like anything I was ever doing. I didn't have my boat. I had never owned a boat. I knew nothing. But now I'm here. We've come so far. This is just incredible. And I think I know that I need to do more of this. Whatever this looks like, there's a lot more of it in my future. Rob, we are on the Altamaha River.
I thought so.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. And there's actually a cryptid, like the Loch Ness Monster,
Yes.
that's supposed to live here.
Hey, I think I've hit him a couple of times.
Yeah, that's what we drug up in the back.
Holy mackerel, who would have thought?
It's a beautiful place for a mystical creature. So we had to make a little bit of a detour. We were going to go south, follow the intercoastal through the Jekyll Creek, and this the creek is way too shallow for us right now, and there's rocky shoals and nothing nice for us there. So we're changing route and we're going to go out into the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. It's going to be interesting. We're going to go about 4 miles out and then loop back around and back in and approach the marina from the south to refuel. A little bit of a detour, but I think it's necessary for the current situation.
Well, the plan sounds good. I'm disappointed we're not taking the creek, but that's a judgment call.
Yep.
If you think this is better for us, this is fine.
I just don't want to scrape on rocks
Yep,
2 feet below the surface.
I don't blame you. I think it's a good idea, good plan.
But right now we have plenty of fuel. We have more than a half tank of each. And this jump should be about an hour if we bump up to 16, 17 knots.
Okay.
Looks like calm seas right now. We'll see how it gets when we get further out.
Okay, this is a ship coming at me, I assume?
Yeah, but it's far.
It's really far away,
Oh, is it?
but
Okay.
keep a close eye on it. Good job doing that.
Go a little bit that way.
Hey, you just said this is better than the Chesapeake Bay?
Yeah, we did. This is far nicer to us than the Chesapeake Bay was.
How crazy is it that the first day was worse than the ocean? And now we're here. We've come so far. Rob, Sarah, I would say this is a seaworthy vessel.
I'll say.
Well, that's good. We're glad to figure that out.
All right, we're getting into St. Andrew Sound. The markers have been changed and updated more recently than the maps in this part of the world. So trust the markers, not the charts right here. How are we looking, Sarah?
Fenders are out. I'm getting lines now.
Okay.
Is it all the way at the end?
Yes, all the way at the end.
Nice.
Good job. It gets easier every time, right?
Oh, it does. It does.
Hey, that was
Hey, good job, Sarah.
We're at half, so if we put, what do you think, 60 in? If we tried to cut through there, we probably would have bottomed out. Which sucks, because this is actually part of the intercoastal, and our charts were sending us that way, but it's not deep enough. So we had to take the long way around through the Atlantic Ocean. That was our first time doing that, and it was incredible. Glad we caught that before it was too late. Good job.
Thank you. Straight out.
Yep, follow the line from here. We're almost to Fernandina Beach, and this up here is called Fort Clinch. This was built in the Seminole Wars. No battles were ever fought there, and I don't think it was ever finished. And we are here on Amelia Island. Today was amazing. We made so much progress. 130 miles. That's the most we've done yet. Last time we heard someone brag about 130 miles, we thought they were lying, but we did it today. And I would be lying if I said we weren't exhausted. We're only 20 miles from Jacksonville. Honestly, if it was my boat, I would just book it the next 20 miles, make berth, be done with it. But that means we have one more day on the water, and that's always good. So, tomorrow's it. We move the 20 miles to our permanent slip, and this is gonna be our home base, or Rob and Sarah's home base. And a little bit of good news with that is I'm gonna keep making videos about this boat because we have some projects that we wanna show you. We're gonna make things a little bit better around here. So the fun doesn't end. We still have tomorrow and a lot more after that. You haven't heard the last of Rob, Sarah, and me on this Cruiser's Yachts 3750. Join me tomorrow for the final day of this long, long trip.